Today's July 6th, 2015. It's about 10:30 p.m. I wish you could see the stars that I'm seeing right now. It's truly beautiful. There's no spraying at all. Not a cloud in the night sky. Just the stars that God created. Right now, I doubt the camera can pick this up, but it's the Big Dipper. The Big Dipper is part of Ursa Major, the Great Bear. We were all created from stardust. All of us. All of our atoms were formed from ancient stars that died out and went nova. Those dying stars gave one last gift from their long, long life. That was the creation of atoms. Those atoms stuck to any planet that was orbiting the said star. Those planets became meteorites and asteroids. They traveled the great vast distance of the universe and bombarded the early Earth, carrying the building blocks of life. So when you look up to the night sky, thank these distant stars. Some of them so distant their light hasn't even reached our planet. Stars that you can no longer see. They gave us the very essence of life from their death. We're all created from ancient suns. Isn't that cool? I think it's very cool and somewhat comforting. And one day we die and we return to the earth and we become dust. Whether we're cremated or buried, over great many years we decay and we rot away. And then we become part of the earth. And one day, this planet will die. That's inevitable. When the planet dies, it'll start to rot away. One day our sun, that too will die. One day this planet will drift off into space. And all our atoms, all our dust, all our remnants, that'll join together. One day it'll form a new sun, new stars. In a way, life never truly ends. It ends for us. Everything that has a beginning has an end. Everything. I wish this phone could see and pick up all the stars to show you. It truly is beautiful. It's quite breathtaking. I'm sure there's intelligent life somewhere out there. A lot more intelligent than the life that's on this planet. Human beings have done many great things. But our leaders have literally lost their minds, and right now we're engaged, our species is engaged in resource wars. It's part of what 9/11 was about. And right now they're just trying to mire populations, hitting them with flooding and cooling and You know what? You can read every day how the planet is warming. We're told the ice caps are stronger than ever, yet they measure the surface density. Our planet is literally in meltdown. It's warming so fast, it's hard for anyone to get their head around. California is literally frying. They don't get any rain. This isn't just a normal drought. The drought in California is 100% intentional. We have one shot to stop this. If geoengineering cannot stop, what future could we possibly have? Because these aerosols are causing a lack of rain. This just isn't solar radiation management. This just isn't geoengineering. They're not spraying to help reflect sunlight. They're spraying so they could use the weather as a weapon. And I don't care if you believe me or not. I don't care. This is a reality. This is happening. And we need to come together. We need to admit that this is happening so this can stop. Because no one has a right to play God with the weather. No one. And, there's many that want to say the spraying is this and that. When I look up to the sky, I see commercial airliners, military jets. They're spraying. And you know what? They're just dispersing the particulates in random order. It seems like some of the trails, maybe they planned it out. But for the most part, they're just spraying wherever. They're just putting the particles in the sky, and then they use these ionospheric heaters, HARP. Some people want to say Nextrad. I don't know what the hell on earth is happening. All I know is I've done my research and have determined these are not condensation trails. And I'm engaged in this battle because if we cannot have clean air, then what the hell could possibly matter than getting it? We need clean air to breathe. And it's not like the spraying will kill us tomorrow. Life is so incredibly resilient, resourceful. We need to come together and stop this because eventually, this long term, this will kill us. It's giving us cancer, allergies, Alzheimer's, dementia. This breaks my heart. And people call me uneducated. They tell me I'm afraid of clouds. I'm mainly referring to, I don't know if they're shills, I don't know if they're paid, or if they just don't believe this is happening. At this point, I could care less. I truly could care less because I know in my heart of hearts that this is a reality, that this is happening. And I want nothing more than for it to stop. The air traffic increases less than 1% every year, and we're told these trails are just condensation trails and that every year air traffic increases, yet it increases at a rate where we wouldn't be seeing massive plumes like we're seeing. I mean, some days I look up in the sky and it's just completely ridiculous to think that this could be anything other than aerosol spray. I mean, I'm not going to go on a rant. I'm just going to point out that these are not condensation trails. You can research it on my page, True Weather for Connecticut, Persistent Contrails, and The Great Deception is another page I have. And I try to post credible data, and I post videos. Lately, I've been posting some very heartfelt videos. I've been going through some trying times, and I've just been feeling truly alone. And right now, I'm out for a walk, looking up at the stars and hoping God will give me some type of answer. I hope that these videos inspire someone out there to stay in this fight. There's been many times where I felt like giving up. You know, I've known about this issue since 2010. I've been completely fully awake for a year now, a little bit over. And one thing I do know is we need to come together as a species, admit these programs are going on, and stand up to the people doing this to us. Because if we can't have clean air to breathe, that means we can't have clean water. Because whatever they spray ends up in our water is already contaminated with fluoride, whether it's for our good like they tell us it is, or if it's to dumb us down and keep us stupid, which makes sense. I mean, they dumb us down from the food, and then they post and show the most ridiculous stories on mainstream media. I don't know how anyone could possibly believe those stories. Some of them are true, some of them are not. You gotta decide for yourself. But I gave up watching news media in 2014, and I just realized it's all a charade. It's all propaganda. But I hope that someone out there can find comfort in this video. I don't really know what else to say. There's the Big Dipper. I hope that we can all come together and stop this. Proving the spraying is simple. If anyone out there really wants to prove this is happening, I've been trying to do it, but it's hard. You need to use Flight Radar 24. You need to get 2 aircraft at the same exact altitude. Flight Radar 24 gives you that altitude. They need to be the exact same altitude. You need to get 1 aircraft leaving a persistent trail and the other aircraft leaving nothing. Or 1 aircraft leaving a persistent trail, the other leaving a persistent spreading trail. What this would mean is if you could get this data on film, is that these would not be condensation trails, because they tell us to see one type of trail, the atmospheric conditions must be correct. So if you see an aircraft leaving nothing and the other aircraft leaving a persistent or even a non-persistent trail, and they're at the exact same altitude, that means the airspace at the altitude is the exact same. And if you could see those differences, then that would mean this is not condensation. And since it's not, you can catch this. I mean, I've almost got this data. I've had 1 aircraft at 35,000 feet, the other one at 35,200 feet, one leaving a persistent spreading trail, the other leaving nothing at all. And, you know, I know this isn't condensation, but they need to be at the exact same altitude. That's how we can prove this. Hopefully, we can get this proof and present it to people. And then people can start to wake up, get on board, and rebel against the tyrannic government that's doing this to us. Because, you know, they're not doing this to reflect sunlight. They're doing this to control the weather. And that's the end of the argument. They're doing this to have absolute power. And that's what psychopathic people do. I wish all of you the best luck in this fight. My prayers go out to all of you. My prayers go out to everyone that does not believe this issue is happening. I pray for everyone out there. May God bless you. May God bless your families. May God bless this entire planet. May God be there for all the people on this world. Bring them together, Lord.